So guys, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Ivan. I'm here in Australia, and this is the first time in this country and my first time in this continent as well. My journey started in Washington, D.C., where I took a flight to LAX, Los Angeles Airport. And then from there, I embarked in this journey on this side of the world. This is the country down below. They go to sleep when you wake up, and they wake up when you go to bed. I don't know anyone that looks like me who has been in this country before. I don't know a soul here. I'm by myself in this country called Australia. It's crazy. So I embarked in this journey. It was just such a long trip, you know? It's basically a day on the plane. And it starts in Washington. You gotta go to the West Coast, and then from there, end up here. This is going to be the longest flight of my life. I just completed about 4.5 hour flight from Washington, D.C. to LA. And now I'm boarding to go to Sydney. It's going to be 16 hours on the plane. But I got upgraded, guys. Check this out. Business class, man. Business class. It's going to be a great time. So if you're going to be doing this, this is definitely the best way to do this. So you got your little menu. Oh, man. I'm excited to go up there. I don't know anyone who has been to Sydney before, so this is going to be a first for me. Besides what I've read online and movies, you know, I don't know much else about the country. So this is a reconnaissance mission. I'm going to be basically day by day. I don't know what to expect, but I'm landing in Sydney, and this is going to be the longest flight of my life. I hope that this will inspire you guys to get out of your comfort zone and basically discover the world. This is not a rehearsal. We only have one life to live, and you have to do it when you're still physically able to. Traveling is fun, but it's also very exhausting. So you have to do what you have to do it when you're physically able to handle it. Don't wait. Don't wait for your friends. Don't wait for your husband, wives. Just get on that flight, man, and take off and go, because tomorrow is not promised to anybody. So whenever you can, catch a flight, you know, catch a flight. So anyways, I'm gonna get settled here and get ready for this flight. Make sure you book, you know, with one airline. I've discussed before the benefits of having loyalty with one particular airline. That's what led to me being able to fly business today. I booked an economy flight ticket and I was upgraded to business. You know, it does help you long term. If you just fly with one airline, you might feel like you're saving money by booking with this cheap, you know, this cheaper ticket, and you can just go. But when you're thinking long term, if you're not a traveler, that's fine. But if you really are a traveler and you want to go out there and discover the world, it's better to have a loyalty program. It will definitely benefit you. More on this later on. So I took off from Washington, D.C. and landed in LAX. And right now, everybody's getting settled, as you can see. And that's about it. I'm about to do the same thing, so I just wanted to say hello to you guys. If it's your first time on the channel, I really appreciate you. Kindly hit that like button, subscribe, and let's go check out the country of kangaroos. Time for breakfast. Been traveling for a whole entire day, and we are just about to land here in about an hour and a half or so. The time for breakfast. Wherever you're watching this from, man, this is the longest flight I've ever taken in my life. I'm so disoriented, I'm so tired, but I'm excited. Let's see what Australia is all about. Cheers. Finally about to arrive. Man, this was a very long travel. I never traveled this far before. This is the longest trip I've ever taken. I had to wake up several times It seems like we're not moving. Drank some wine to get myself tired. Left on Thursday, landing on Saturday. That's crazy. I actually made a mistake in my hotel booking because of the time difference, but I'm gonna get into that later. We're about to land. To see that plane finally right there, man. Woo. Been waiting for that for what? 16 hours? Anyways, guys, welcome to Sydney.
I took a stroll downtown this evening when I heard music echo through the night. The same old songs that I heard the night before. So I started running so I wouldn't be too late. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. My heart was pumping to the beat that was blasting through the night. And on the street the crowd was jumping, singing songs and dancing through the night. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. I can't believe we're dancing in the street.
Clapping back there. Man, what a long flight. Finally here. This is Sydney, Australia here. Alright. I don't have any plans. We'll see how things go. No pressure. Just enjoy myself and bring you along with me. Let's go check out Sydney. Finally out of that plane after the delay. So now running to immigration. It's a beautiful day here. Saturday morning, man. So I'll see you guys on the other side after I cross immigration. Let's start this journey. So guys, I have nothing to declare. I'm here about to get out. You see, that's the exit of the airport right here. Most of the people here are gonna take the train, but I'm a little bit lazy, so I'm gonna try to see if I can actually take a taxi. But before I do that, I'm gonna try to score a SIM card. And you know, the new phones, the new iPhones, they don't have physical SIM. You have to take an eSIM. So I'm gonna be here trying to score an eSIM. I believe Australia should have that, right? So I can have my data and I can communicate with you guys, no problem, and commenting back. So that's what it is. Beautiful airport here. If you have a certain type of passports, like US, France, a bunch of other things like that, I'm gonna put the list below. You actually don't need to go to an actual person. They have these machines that screen your passport, your ticket, and everything. It's a little bit slow, but it's a lot easier. When you look at the line where people actually have to go to an officer, it's certainly a lot longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get me a SIM, and then I'll see you guys in the field. So I realize I'm surrounded by companies. I just checked Yes over there, they don't have that, so I'm gonna check Vodafone. And then the other one over there, it seems like there's quite a few of them, so let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so guys, you have 4 gig for $10, right?
Just gonna get this.
Oh yeah, that's, and then you have 25 for $25. You get 45 gigabytes. So the company is Vodafone right here. All right. So I'm getting out of the airport. I got my SIM card situated. Excuse me, where is the ride sharing, Uber and everything?
The strike.
The street that. Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you. One thing I can tell you guys already is that Australia is very freaking expensive. I'm tired. I need to check in quickly because I have a situation about the hotel that I'm going to tell you guys later. I made a huge mistake, but it seems like trains is the best way to go around. Taxis are extremely expensive. From here to my hotel is estimating about $120. That is Australian dollars, but it's not far from the US. So for like 20 US, you get like 30 Australian dollars. So this might be the only time I catch an Uber here, and I'm gonna have to educate myself quickly about the train system. So moving away from the airport, looking for rideshare sign over there, and I'll be all set. Let's go. It says free SIM cards, but I know it's not free. Is there anything free in this world? All right. And then rideshare sign, just right there. Let's follow that. Got here, yes. No, I'm gonna put my my backpack in here as well.
No problem.
All right. What's your name?
Abdul.
Abdul. Do you mind if I'm recording? Okay. All right. So I got picked up by Abdul. Where you from, my friend?
India.
India.
Yeah.
How long have you been living here?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
How is life in Australia, mate?
Not as bad as the other country.
What do you mean? This is Australia. It's supposed to be beautiful and amazing and rich and expensive. Huh?
That's what I'm saying. Not as bad as the other countries.
No. Yeah.
It's one of the best countries in the world.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Australia
And it's very
and New Zealand.
expensive, man.
Very expensive.
Man.
Let's not talk about the expenses.
Yeah, it hurts,
everything
man.
is expensive, yeah.
Yeah. So what should I do? What do you recommend? Today is my first day.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to India before for the Festival of the Light, but I'm going to do it another time.
Yeah.
But India is definitely on my plans.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What part of India are you from?
Near Mumbai.
Near Mumbai. Okay, right on. Yeah, I'm fascinated by your country, man. I can't wait to go there.
Yeah.
Maybe next year I'll go there.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So what do you like the most about Australia?
Everything.
And what do you like the least? What don't you like about this country?
It's just too far away from the...
From everything, right?
Yeah.
Man, you spend a day to come in this place. You gotta be a real adventurer, crazy, to come out here. It's far. Let me put my seatbelt so this thing can stop screaming at me. Yeah, so you don't get to go home very often, right?
Nah.
Man.
It's a long way away from.
How long does it take to get there? How many hours?
It depends which way you go. Like if you go Singapore, it'll take probably 14 hours.
14?
Yeah.
Wow, so it's like going to the US?
Yeah. Long way.
Wow.
And if you go like Middle East,
Yeah.
through middle like Dubai, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
From here to Abu Dhabi, or Middle East, it's about 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Whatever the transit is, and then you fly on. It's about 4.5, 5 hours.
Okay.
So altogether, air time is about 20 hours.
20 hours. Okay. Right on. How's the area where my hotel is? Is that a good area?
It's a good area, but it's a little further away from the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a nice area. It's an industrial area.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of industry around there.
Yeah, I booked there for just a couple of days, you know, just to see what's going on.
So you're just gonna drop off your bags and
go back out.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm completely jet lagged. I booked a hotel that unfortunately is far away from the downtown core. Basically, I had my booking done here, but I picked the wrong dates. I thought I was arriving today, which is Friday in the US, but it's actually Saturday. So I had the wrong day, so I had to cancel.
So where do you have to go?
And I'm going to another hotel. So this gentleman here is going to take me to my new location, which I realized.
Absolutely, don't look after the gym.
All right, let's go. Let's go. So I realized
a bad
here
start to the day. It's gonna get better.
a rough start, you know, because I realized here if you
Well,
don't.
I saw you when you got dropped here. I was having coffee there.
Oh, that you the one that
yeah,
was
that
standing
was
here.
me. I said that's the holiday.
Yeah, I requested to cancel also because with all the back and forth I have to do, I realized this is far from downtown,
That's
and the other hotel is closer.
Yeah.
I can actually walk from there to the Opera House.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I had to cancel this.
So which motel you going to? They didn't put it on here.
It's called
there
it's called the Little Sydney Hotel or something. It's called
York Street.
Yeah. Do you mind if we put the music down a little bit?
Yeah,
because with my vlogging I
absolutely.
can't do
Sorry.
it. Yeah, no
I
worries.
do apologise.
No,
so Little National.
yeah.
It says it's down to Clarence and then into. Anyhow, doesn't matter. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
It seems like it's either
It's closer to downtown.
Clarence or York.
Many times I'm telling myself, well, you know, you can stay in the suburbs, it's okay. No, here in Australia, you want to book a place in the downtown core if you come to Sydney, because it is such an expensive country. Such an expensive country. It costs me for a 20 minutes Uber ride about $80 to go to the first hotel. When I get there, I start thinking about the back and forth that I will have to do. I didn't plan the trip very well.
So you were lucky, it was only around the corner.
Perfect. It's closer to downtown, right? That hotel?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's in the middle.
It's in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost in the middle. What's it there? Wynyard is almost
Yeah.
the centre of the city there,
Perfect.
York Street.
Yeah. So guys, that's the one thing I want to tell you. When you come to Sydney, make sure you stay downtown. Otherwise, you're going to spend
Otherwise, you
all
gotta-
your money.
Going backwards and forwards.
And it costs you so much money. Uber is so
Yeah.
expensive here.
Yeah, but you know, it's gone very cheap. They brought the price down. What sort of car did you book, if you don't mind me
I
asking?
think it was just the basic one.
Basic. Oh,
Yeah.
well, they said you book comfort. Comfort, they just give you a couple of dollars extra.
Okay.
But you get a better car.
Yeah, this is a
Give you
Mercedes-Benz.
better leg room.
Yeah, because coming from the airport, guys, about 30 minutes ride,
Yeah.
it cost me $70 US. That's like 100
They rip you off.
Australian.
Uber rips you off and rips me off.
Really? How is
Oh, they take 30%.
That's
now,
right.
they know you're from the US,
Yes.
so they're nailing you with the US dollars.
that?
If you book an Uber X here,
Yeah.
it wouldn't even cost you 70 Australian dollars.
Really? So it's a different price?
So they're clever. They say you come from the US, we're going to charge you US money. So the driver will get less, and you will pay more, and they will get more.
Wow.
They're clever. They're shifty. And you know, like here they had luxury. I had an
Yeah.
S class before,
Yeah.
this E class.
Yeah.
They took luxury out, they took black out, and they demoted, you know, somebody like me all the way down the bottom. So now I've got to do Uber X jobs.
Yes.
Otherwise you don't get nothing.
Yeah.
Why they took X black and Lux out? They never took it out in the US, have
Right.
they?
No.
So see, they done it here.
Wow.
So they're clever, but like I said, you lose and I lose.
Yeah.
I don't make nowhere near as much money as I used to now.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm glad I asked you. Now, they're like overcharged you with American dollars, see, because
Man.
they know that your credit card and your money's American. They're probably, well, they know you from America because they got your details.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So they take advantage of that.
So if I was Australian, they would have charged me less because they know from the account that you live in Australia.
So even with my car, my own client,
Yeah.
I probably, that's including all the tolls. So
Yes.
there's $12 airport tolls.
Yes.
Probably another $8-10 Eastern distributor.
Yeah.
So that's 20. So there'd be nearly $23 worth of tolls.
Wow.
But I'd probably charge you personally, my client, charge them 125 Australian dollars.
Dang.
So, but you know what sort of car you're going to get.
Of course, of course.
You know, you're not going to get one of those
Yeah.
or
Volkswagen.
Yaris or something.
Sorry if
You
you guys are
can't
driving
fit-
these cars.
You won't be able to fit in the Yaris.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Wow.
So they're clever. But the thing is, I'm more clever than they are. Because, you know, I've been doing this for 48 years. 48.
But you've been doing transport for 40 years plus.
48 years. I
Wow.
drove cabs for 33 years.
Okay.
And the rest, a limousine.
Wow.
Always, you know, a car like this.
Yes.
More luxurious
Nice car, nice car.
Before I had the S500.
Yeah.
It was like this, except about a foot longer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And top of the range, but it was a luxury car. Then they took luxury out, and I had a very expensive car and no luxury work, so I
That's
had to
crazy.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
I couldn't maintain it.
I understand. Wow, yeah,
So
no,
it's
the
very
location is huge here for me, because if you're gonna be driving, you think you're saving in the hotel, but you're not saving anything.
Nah.
Because what you end up doing is you spend way more money going back and forth,
Exactly.
And the train, they say it's cheaper, but it takes you an hour to go from where I was there to the downtown area. Because of all the different stops. So the train here,
but you see, on the weekend they're doing railway work, so then you have to catch a bus.
Yeah.
And the bus goes to all the railway stations, and so you're gonna have
takes
a headache.
forever. Yeah.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I don't have that much time here, so I want to take advantage of the time and move quickly, you know. So I just decided to cancel that hotel and to come over here where I'm at currently. It's a nice little, you know, hotel, and you can see the bed. It's like in the corner. You have a TV. Man, I was spilling all kind of things already. So they give you things if you want to make, I guess, tea. You know, you can make some tea. Candy, of course. And then the view. I told the lady, give me a city view. She's like, I got you. This is my city view. Man, just nothing but buildings. I can't see anything. But it is in the core of the city. I'm about 20 minutes away from the opera. This beautiful, beautiful, world famous building that I cannot wait to see with my own eyes. So the bed is basically cornered here. You have the window that I just showed you, and then the rest of the room right there. If you come to Sydney and you want something that's quote unquote on budget, because I don't even know what you would say is within budget in Australia. This place will break your bank. So to avoid the Uber fees going back and forth, I decided that it was better for me to be downtown so I can walk to most of these places. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be venturing out by foot to save some money on these Uber fares that are sweating you like crazy. I think it's more expensive here than the US. I really think that. So, but so far people seem very friendly. I made it here just fine. It was a smooth ride. I was lucky that I got upgraded to business, you know? So I flew business here on the economy fare. And that was really nice, a pleasant surprise. And I kept waking up, checking the screen, like, when are we landing? When are we landing? It was crazy. Like, I felt like the plane was not moving because it's such a long trip, you know? So I kept waking up, walking around, waking up, checking the screen, falling asleep, waking up, asking for a glass of wine, red wine because it makes me tired, and then falling asleep again. So that's basically what my journey has been. We landed, and even when we did, you know, we were delayed. You know, some of the plane was on the way, so we had to sit there for another 20 minutes. 20 minutes we've been stuck here. After a long flight, that's the last thing you need, being stuck in a plane like this. That's what happens when you travel. But you're thinking, what's 20 minutes when you've been on the plane for 20 hours, right? What's 20 minutes? Nothing. So here I am in Sydney. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. I know for sure I want to see the koalas. Shout out to my friend Alex, who's like, please, you know, take a picture of a koala. So instead of going to a zoo, I'm going to go to a smaller animal place, a rescue place, where you can actually see them. And I'm going to be checking out the koalas there and the kangaroos, of course. And then just basically I'll be day by day, man. Depending on how my day goes, I might stay here. If not, I might go to New Zealand and then check out the city of Melbourne and then go from there. This is going to be a flash trip just to get an overview of what it's like. So thank you for supporting me in this journey. I really have enjoyed traveling and filming myself, you know, communicating with people and learning about cultures. And you know, coming here, the first taxi driver was a little bit serious. I couldn't get much out of him, but the second one was a lot more colorful, you know, and he was in, you know, very nice, you know, very nice gentleman.
So what sort of work do you do?
Well, this is for YouTube. What I'm filming now is for YouTube. I'm a vlogger, but I'm here on vacation.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to waste your time sitting in a train, when you're on vacation.
Exactly. I want to go quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why
So there you're walking distance.
Exactly.
Probably 10-15 minutes walk to the airport.
Yes.
To the, I should say,
to the opera.
To the opera house.
And then I'm down to
the Rocks is another 5-10 minutes.
The Rocks. What is the Rocks?
The Rocks is the old part of Sydney.
Okay.
More heritage.
Yes.
And it's right on the waterfront of Circular Quay where all the big liners come in.
Okay.
But there's lots of restaurants and pubs. And all the history of Sydney's there, because originally when the first fleet landed in Sydney,
Yes.
with the first convicts to settle here,
Yes.
they landed there.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about this.
Yeah.
British people always, Australians, they're the descendants of our convicts.
Yes.
You're Australian. How do you feel about that? Is that offensive to you?
No, not at all. Because, I mean, I'm not Australian. I lived here since I was 8 years old. I'm Italian by birth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm a migrant, you might say.
Yes.
So, but it's not offensive because a lot of the convicts were sent here that were very from the poor class. Yeah, sure, there was probably some murderers, but even if they stole a chicken for food over there, they'd be put in jail and sent here.
Yes.
So a lot of them were here for minor offences.
For petty offences.
But then if they behaved, they got their freedom, and they also got some land to farm and do some business.
Yeah.
So a lot of the convicts did well out of it.
Okay.
But they banned them to here because they probably had no room in their jails.
Yes.
And here they said they're out of the way. We don't see them. There's not going to be any headaches.
Yeah, of course.
So this is the end of the world. See, because you're in a limousine, I can use the bus lane.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I didn't go in the tunnel. Otherwise, they charge you another $5
Yeah.
extra tolls.
Yeah. So you said Australia is the end of the world.
No, it's down under.
Yeah, there's nothing.
It's the furthest. What's below us is
Antarctica.
Tasmania, New Zealand, and Antarctica.
Yeah.
But New Zealand is slightly on the
On the
left,
se- on
and
the left.
Tasmania is just at the bottom.
Yeah.
But beyond that is
Just ice.
Antarctica. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So anywhere you go, it's a long distance.
That's right.
You know, it's 17 hours it took you to get here, or longer?
It took me from, I flew from LA, it took me about 16 hours.
Yeah.
But originally I left from Washington, so you're looking at about
another 4 hours.
another
there.
4.5 hours. So it's
Yeah.
about 20 hours on the plane coming
So
here.
it's like going to Europe, you know,
Yeah.
24 hours to go to Europe.
Yeah.
But you haven't got a strong American accent.
Because I'm originally from Cameroon.
Oh, right. I was going to say, I
Yeah,
couldn't
Central
work out
Africa.
from where.
Yeah.
But your accent is very similar to the Australian accent. It's very mild.
Oh, really?
It's not strong. you
Yeah.
know. But some of the Australian accents are very strong,
Very strong.
depending which area you come
Yeah.
from. They'll
All
say,
right.
"Hey, mate, how you going?
Yeah.
Where you going? Fair dinkum?" You know, they'll talk like that. You won't even know what they're talking
That's
about.
right. So tell me, how is life here for black people? I mean, obviously you're not black, but you live here, so you seem
Yeah.
very blunt.
The best thing about this country is during the week everybody goes to work. And doesn't matter where you come from, you go to work and that's it. Now it's more multicultural and people open their eyes, they understand different cultures, different religions. So you go to work during the week and doesn't matter where you come from, you work with your colleagues.
Yes.
Then on the weekend you might go to a mosque, you might go to a Hindu temple,
Yeah.
you might go to a Baha'i temple. Nobody gives a damn.
All right.
No, it's you know, but when I got here it was different.
Yeah.
I was a wog, I couldn't speak a word of English, I'd go to school and I'd be fighting every day. They were very, very cruel, so
Yeah.
it made me pretty tough.
Yeah.
But today, you're a black person here,
No problem.
headache. You're a Muslim, no headache. Doesn't matter where you come from.
No problem.
Even the Muslims and the Christians that were at war in Lebanon,
Yeah.
when they come here, one goes to the Greek Orthodox, the other one goes to the mosque, but then they go, on the weekend, they go to the same restaurant and sit at the same table. So they couldn't care less.
Okay, guys, that's good.
It's
That's good. That's good. All Right.
So as a black person, you'd have no
No
problem.
issues here. Yeah, because I read some things online saying, you know, there's no guns in Australia, but people are very verbal.
Look,
they can say very racist things. And
Oh,
all
look,
this stuff.
always.
Yeah.
You get that, but it's nowhere near, you know, when I came here, dog food. You
Yeah.
know, even if I had some food on my sandwich at school, they'd
Yeah.
get my bag and tear it up.
Yeah.
They didn't understand. What are you doing, Charlie? Come on. Get in.
They would just talk smack, huh?
And so I went to school for the first 2 years. I didn't learn a word of English.
Yeah.
I went to school to fight.
Oh,
So every day for 2 years I was fighting.
wow.
But then I started speaking. And the thing is, they wouldn't do anything close up to me because I could defend myself.
Of course.
But they would get it like a rotten apple, sneak up behind me, throw it on my shirt and
Wow.
leave a big mark on it.
And you didn't know who did that?
I know, I could see who did it, and then I'd chase them. But
Yeah.
they would go behind the teacher and say, that kid is trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
And then the teacher would say, and mind you, I went to a Catholic school, the nun would say, John, and I would point to my shirt and say, he did it. And she would say, John, did you do that? No, sister. And she would say to me, leave him alone, you big bully.
Yeah.
So I'd get in trouble from the teachers, and I'd be in trouble with the kids. So you know what I used to do?
Yeah.
I'd go in the toilets. The teachers, the nuns aren't going to come in the boys' toilets. And I'll sit there all day until this kid come in there that did the damage, and then I beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Then he couldn't run to the teacher anymore.
That's funny.
But after 2 years, I started speaking. I didn't have to fight.
Yeah.
By then I had a reputation
Of course.
that I had to be tough to survive.
Yeah.
So then they just stayed away from me, and if anything happened, I could speak instead
Yeah.
of fight. You know?
That's right. Yeah. It's much
So-
better. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
today, they appreciate different cultures, different foods. Oh, Italian food.
Oh,
we
they're
want to
open
go to
now.
Italian restaurant.
So yeah, that's what it is. So I finally checked in. This hotel was a little bit hard to find, but we made it here. So this is just the beginning of my journey. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to be doing. I'm just day by day, you know, day by day. So I'm going to get some rest and then, you know, venture out in the city later on. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed my crazy rough day in Sydney, Australia. Wow. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like button and see you later. Cheers.